What if the strongest relationship you ever felt wasn't actual love? What if the real reason you can't let go of someone who lies to you, ignores you, manipulates you, or repeatedly hurts you isn't because they're your soulmate? It's because your nervous system has become addicted to that emotional roller coaster that they create. As a licensed psychotherapist with over 20 years of clinical experience, I've sat across from hundreds of people who believe they had found the one. But when we look closer, what they call love was something very different. So today I'm going to reveal the number one sign you're in a trauma bond and not real love. And once you understand this one sign, you'll never look at your relationship the same way again. So stay until the end because I'll show you how to break the cycle and begin healing. Okay. When people evaluate a relationship, they might ask, how much do I love them? But that's actually the wrong question. The better question is, how do I feel when I'm with them? Do I feel safe? Do I feel respected? Do I feel valued? Or do I feel anxious, confused, obsessed, and emotionally exhausted? The ancient philosopher Aristotle once said, love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. Notice what he didn't say. He didn't describe chaos. He didn't describe emotional whiplash. He didn't describe constantly wondering whether someone cares about you or not. Love creates clarity. Trauma bonds create confusion. And that brings us to the number one sign. Okay, so the number one sign of trauma bond is this. You feel more attached after being hurt. Think about it. In a healthy relationship, emotional injuries create distance until trust is repaired. Okay? In trauma bonds, emotional injuries create a stronger attachment. The worse they treat you, the more you crave their approval. The more they pull away, the harder you chase. The more they reject you, the more desperately you try to prove your worth. This is not love. It is conditioning, though. It's the same psychological principle that makes gambling addictive. You never know when the reward is coming. Sometimes they're loving, sometimes they're cold, sometimes they're attentive, sometimes they disappear. Your brain becomes trapped by chasing the next emotional payoff. Psychologist B.F. Skinner demonstrated that unpredictable rewards create stronger behavioral attachment than consistent rewards. That's exactly what happens in a trauma bond. You become attached not because you're consistently loved, but because you're inconsistently loved. Okay, one of the most painful things I hear in therapy is, Dr. Tony, I've never felt this strongly about anyone. And I believe them. Trauma bonds often feel more intense than healthy love. But intensity and love are not the same thing. A house fire is intense. A candle is calm. They both involve fire, right? But which one would you rather build your life around? Okay, healthy love feels surprisingly boring to people who have become accustomed to chaos. There's no constant crisis, there's no dramatic breakups, no emotional highs and lows, just safety, consistency, and trust. And for many people, especially those who grew up around unpredictability, that can initially feel very unfamiliar, even uncomfortable. So, if you're wondering whether you're experiencing love or a trauma bond, ask yourself these three questions. Question number one, if this person suddenly became consistently loving and emotionally available, would I feel relieved or strangely uncomfortable? So many trauma bonded individuals are more comfortable chasing than receiving. Question number two, am I attached to who they actually are or to who I hope they'll become? Many people are in love with potential and not the person, and not reality. Number three, if my best friend were experiencing this exact relationship, would I tell them to stay or would I beg them to leave? Sometimes we see the truth more clearly when it's happening to someone else other than ourselves, right? So here's the good news. Here's how we can break these trauma bonds. Because they can be broken, but not through willpower alone. Willpower is finite, okay? It has a limited time span, so to speak. You break trauma bonds by reconnecting with reality. Stop focusing on the promises. Focus on the patterns. Stop listening to the words more, and you want to start watching the behaviors more. Stop asking, do they love me? And start asking, does this relationship bring me peace? Psychologist Carl Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So the moment you recognize that trauma, the moment you recognize the trauma bond, you will stop calling it fate. You will stop calling it chemistry. You stop calling it love, and you begin seeing it for what it really is. A wound that's asking to be healed, not a relationship that needs to be saved. So if this video resonated with you, leave a comment below and tell me. All right, what was the moment you realized your relationship wasn't love, but a trauma bond? And if you're trying to heal from a trauma bond, make sure you watch the next video here. Because understanding why your mind keeps going back is the first step towards finally moving forward. So again, subscribe and we'll see you in the next video.